Hey students, and welcome back to Reading with Miss Jones. Let's take a look back at the words we learned the other day and see if we can remember what they mean. Who thinks they know the word that goes with this picture? With the boys all playing and working together. The word that goes with this picture is community. Let's clap that one out. It's a big one. Community. A community is a group of people that work, play, and live together. Community. And then we had another one. Let's see if you remember this one. The word that goes with this picture is improve. Let's clap that one out. Improve. To improve is to make something better. You guys are working every day on improving your reading, your writing, your math, and all sorts of other skills. Improve. Now, are you ready for the next 3 new words? Let's learn them. The first one is harvest. During a harvest, farmers pick the food that they have grown. In this picture, they are harvesting oranges that have grown and now they're ripe and ready to be eaten. I wonder why harvest time might be an important time to a community. Harvest. The next word is quarrel. That's an interesting word to say. Say it with me. Quarrel. When people quarrel, they argue or disagree with each other. In this picture, the girls are quarreling over the red crayon. What do you think they could do to stop their quarrel? How could they problem solve? Quarrel. The last word we're going to learn before we read a really fun story is confused. Say that with me. Confused. To be confused is to be mixed up. In this picture, the street signs confused the new driver, and she accidentally went the wrong way. Confused. Can you think of a time when you've ever been confused? I definitely can. All right, now that we know what those words mean, let's listen for them in the story we're going to read. The story we're going to read is a fable, and we know that fables are made up, they're fiction, and oftentimes try to teach us a lesson. I wonder what lesson we're going to learn in this story. You ready to read? These are the picture cards, so our title is on the back. Let's read it together. And of course, we always start from the left and read to the right. The title of this story is The Bundle of Sticks. And we know that this is a made-up story and it's going to try and teach us a lesson. Let's read and find out what it is. Listen for the vocabulary words. Long ago, on a cool fall day, it was harvest time in a village in Japan. Mrs. Sato greeted her students. "Class," she said, "the harvest festival is in 1 week. We must decide how we will participate this year." Excited whispers filled the room. The whole village still talked about the mask parade from last year's festival. Mrs. Sato's class had made beautiful masks to wear in the parade. Hiro raised his hand. "I know what we should do," he said. "Let's make paper lanterns and float them on the river." Then Yuki spoke up. "Let's cook special dishes with plants from the harvest." More students chimed in with their ideas, but nobody could agree on just the right one. Soon, everyone in the class began to quarrel. Uh-oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. down, everyone, said Mrs. Sato. All of you have good ideas, but we will never decide if we quarrel. We can work together to make the festival fun for our community. Let me show you something. Then Mrs. Sato left the room. She quickly returned with a bundle of sticks. The children looked at her curiously. Mrs. Sato always did surprising things. What would she do now? Look at this bundle of sticks, she said. Do you think that one of you could break one stick from this bundle? Of course I could, said Hiro. That would be easy. What about you, Yuki? Come up and try it. Yuki walked to the front of the room. Mrs. Sato took a single stick from the bundle and handed it to Yuki, who broke it in half with a snap. That was easy, wasn't it, Yuki? Mrs. Sato asked. Yuki nodded, but everyone else was confused. What was Mrs. Sato trying to tell them? Do you have any ideas? What kind of lesson might she be trying to teach the students? Let's read on and find out. Now, said Mrs. Sato, I have another question for you. Do you think that one of you could break this entire bundle of sticks? Hiro's hand popped up. I think I could do it, Mrs. Sato, he said. Okay, Hiro, Mrs. Sato said. Come up here and try. Hiro was eager to show how strong he was. He walked proudly to the front of the room. Mrs. Sato handed him the bundle of sticks. Hiro pulled, he pushed, he twisted, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not break the bundle of sticks in half. Then, one by one, the rest of the children tried to break the bundle of sticks. Each one failed. Mrs. Sato smiled at the children. This is why people in a community must work together, she said. Alone, you are like one single stick. But together, you are like a bundle of sticks. You cannot be broken. The children finally understood. They knew what they needed to do. Working together, the children decided to make 2 projects for the festival. One group would make paper lanterns, and the other group would write recipe ideas for harvest meals. Then, Kin thought of an idea. We have to do something special with our bundle of sticks, he said. The class cheered in agreement. The group making lanterns used the sticks to build rafts so their lanterns could float. The group writing recipes decided to decorate their food table with leaves from the sticks. The children worked hard on their projects. Everyone smiled because there was nothing left to quarrel about. Mrs. Sato helped both groups. At the end of the day, she gathered the class together. I'm so proud of you, she said. Now that you're working together, your projects will improve the festival for the entire community. What a nice story. I wonder, why do you think it's important to work together? And how did that help them make a nice festival? Now let's look back at a couple parts in the story and see if we can remember what happened. In this part of the story, what is Hiro trying so hard to do? Do you remember what happens next? And at the end of the story, what lesson do the children learn? And how does the teacher, Mrs. Sato, feel about that? Can you think of a way that you would like to improve your community?